Welcome back to another ranked league video. Today we are playing in Diamond, and we are playing as Elise up against Jinx and Tom in the bot lane. We are with MF. I think Elise is really good for carrying. She's a really good carry support style champion, an assassin. She is seriously underrated in my opinion. Let's see what we can do in this lane. Tom doesn't have any tankiness early. Okay, so dodged Jinx's auto there at the end. So I leveled up my E to use repel, and then immediately recalling. I'm not going to. I don't feel there's any need to stay in lane. I see this mistake by many players in general in any lane. Doesn't matter if it's top or mid or even the jungler, which is that if you start, like, if something like that happens, you don't check a brush or whatever, and you take a lot of damage. That people, they just have this refusal to just kind of take that L, take that loss, and just be like, okay, I'm gonna be a bit behind. I'm gonna start, not. I'm not gonna start off on the best foot. It's not gonna be the best. Not gonna be ideal. But then what happens is, they're low or they don't have. Yeah, I mean, their HP is down. Flash. Back at 718. Nice. Very good. So we have. Now we can push them in and then just go aggressive. Because we got them low, so we might as well go in. So, I mean, Tom is just making a mistake here. Nice. Very good. Yeah, I got the full range either. But going back to what I was saying is that I notice a lot of players, they don't want to take that L. They don't want to start, slightly behind. But then what happens is they die. And then now they're much further behind. Okay, he's going in. Blocking Tom's Q. Nice. Just get a bit of damage off. Just proc the gems, or I'm not sure what the term is, or what Riot is calling it, but like the gems on the turret that kind of detonate. I'm just gonna call them gems. But yeah, so no hesitation. That's the thing. It's like, if you want to carry, in my opinion, if you want to carry, you really should just don't play with any hesitation, just like I am right now. Just like, I took a lot of damage early and then I just immediately went back, no hesitation. And then Tom went in, he made some mistakes positionally, and then he went in when he shouldn't have, and then I got a lot of damage off. With 3 attacks, I proc my electrocutes, I'm getting a lot of damage off, and then just taking advantage of their mistakes is really what I'm trying to do right now, especially in lane. I mean, as Elise in lane, there's not that much you can do. I mean, it does depend on the matchup, but I mean, one of the main strengths of Elise is tower diving. So if you can get someone you can poke them down. If you're ADC and maybe you can poke them down, then maybe you can make a play under their turret. You can push them in and make a play, because she is so good at turret diving because of her repel. But if the lane is kind of equal or kind of neutral, then it can be hard to really do much as Elise. And something else I want to mention, if you ever want to try picking up Elise, is that, I mean, just right there, you saw me miss an easy E, and that's gonna happen. Elise's E has a really slim hitbox. It's very easy to miss. Even if you're standing right in front of someone, it's so easy to miss. He used Ghost. Okay, Brand is here again. Okay, I'm just gonna back off here. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. But yeah, focusing the Jinx there, I mean, she's squishy. I mean, Chom is pretty squishy too, so we could focus him, but obviously in that situation, they're committing. Then we turn on them and just focus Jinx. That was the right play, and then Brand came, and it kind of is what it is. But so far, it's good. Things are looking good. And as Elise, something else I want to mention is you want to roam a lot. You definitely... She's not a laning champion. Like, she's not a champion you want to keep in lane. You want to roam a lot with her. Roam to objectives, but not just that. Try to set up plays in the jungle, in the enemy jungle specifically, not on your side of the map, but their side of the map. So sweeping, going into their jungle, sometimes ganking. I don't think Elise has the best ganks, but she can be really effective at it because you can just walk up to people and then E them. And if you, I mean, literally walk up into melee range and then E, that's really what you want to do. That's the most effective way of using your E, is to walk up to people. Don't use it max range because it's so easy to miss. Let's see what we can do here. Use barrier. I still miss it there, and then Brown is there. Yeah, that was kind of lucky, definitely. I mean, that was definitely lucky that I survived that. But yeah. Okay, and then surviving that too. Yeah, that was lucky. I think I played that well. I should have been more cognizant, more aware of Jinx using her rocket, but all in all I reacted well to that, but I didn't expect Brand to come topside. Grub spawning. I'm just gonna help take this red quickly. And then could even rotate top here and maybe try to gank before grubs. So he has a ward, but we can just commit to this. Didn't even need to use my E. Okay, so they're on the grubs. Yeah, we should contest. And Brand is pretty mobile, like he's pretty easy to just get on top of if you want to. Okay, he flashed. Back at 13, 20 for his flash. We could wait for Trundle here. Yeah, we got a pink. He doesn't know that we're here. So we can literally just wait for him to come top. We can just tower dive. That's also possible with me. With Elise, you can always tower dive, so... But we need Ambessa to come though. If Ambessa comes, we can maybe do something. There we go. Nice. And then let's get some damage off on the turret. Again, like I said, you really want to roam with Elise, and you can tower dive so easily because of Repel, where you can take tower aggro, and then you can dodge the second turret shot. So you take one turret shot, and then you repel the second just before it hits. Just helping push this, and I want to use my relic stack too, to complete my support quest. And then it's time to rotate for dragon. Okay, so let's set up some vision around dragon. Always want to set up vision, I would say 60 seconds before dragon, ideally. So we are a bit late to that. Okay, so they got Scuttle, so they have vision. So we need to play around that. Just be a bit extra careful. Okay, so they see us, but we have cleared this brush, so they don't know for a fact that we are in this specific brush. And sometimes you need to play on that psychology, the psychology of, I guess you could say, disappearance, which is, you know, they might see you, but then if you clear, like, regardless of, even if you go into their jungle, if you clear the brushes, they don't know for a fact that you are in their jungle or in a specific brush. So basically what I'm saying is they might just kind of forget. They saw us on, they had vision of us, and that we walked into their jungle, but then we swept the brushes, so they don't know for a fact. Okay, let's maybe get this, can get this Scion. Okay, but then Malzar does not commit to that, so then I'm just gonna back off. And then they even got Dragon. That's really, really bad. That's frustrating. He has his ultimate. Yeah, not really much I can do about that. Maybe I could have eaten him before he used his ultimate, but at least he is less than 50% health. And then Trundle is pushed into his turret, so maybe we can look for a play top. Elise is insanely good at tower diving. I think I've mentioned that a couple of times, so I just wanna mention it again because it is so true. She is so insanely good at tower diving, so anytime you get a chance to dive the enemy under their turret, you want to take it. Okay, easy kill. And then we get top. So, snowballing my top laner and snowballing my jungler. Mid is kind of just, I guess, even. But it's really top and my jungler who I'm really trying to help here. That's just kind of the flow of the game. And then putting deep vision into the enemy jungle is so good because you can see where their jungler is rotating and they have to go to their camps to get XP, to get gold. That's what a jungler does. They go into their jungle and take camps, obviously. So if you put vision there, so you can literally see exactly where the jungler is, it removes a lot of guesswork. You then, it informs your own playstyle and your own decision making because you now know, you have more information, more intel, so you know where the jungler is. You don't need to be scared or fearful that, okay, if I'm in lane now, maybe the jungler is suddenly going to gank or come out of nowhere. You don't need to worry about that. So we see Brand. Okay, so he saw me, Tom saw me there. And we know that Brand is bot side. We just saw him. Just gonna be careful about my pathing so I don't get caught out. So now, I mean, I was top side, helped get top, and now I'm defending bot, making sure that they don't easily get this turret. So I'm just trying to carry as much as possible, maximize my potential impact. And then we have to defend this, and if this is a cannon wave, I want to stay, probably, to just help clear it quickly before I go back. Yeah, so it is a cannon wave, so let's just clear this quickly and then go back. Even if it wasn't a cannon wave, I guess it still would have made sense to just stay. Just make sure that MF is safe and just clear it quickly. Just to defend our turret, buy as much time as possible. I mean, the enemy bot lane is obviously going to get this bot turret. There's no doubt about that, but I do want to delay it. I don't want to just give it to them for free. Because it relieves pressure. It gives the enemy team, not just the enemy bot lane, but the team, more control of the map because they have more pressure, because their wave will then push into our tier 2 turret. Okay, that was a good flash from Nasus to stop Sion's ultimate, and because I'm seeing Nasus mid, I'm going to immediately rotate top to defend his top turret. And that's something you want to look out for if you're, even doesn't matter if you're support, doesn't matter if you're Soraka or Nami or whatever. Any support you play, if you see someone in one lane. Okay, that was really ugly of me. I did not want to use repel like that, and then I missed my E. That was really, really ugly, but I got the kill, so. But back to what I was saying is that if you see someone in any lane, go roam around the map to make a play. You want to cover their lane. So if you see your top lane, you go bot, and you're, let's say you just recalled, or you're in base, or maybe you're walking mid lane or something, you're basically not bot lane, then you wanna immediately go to their lane to defend. Okay, I can use my Herald, and then we can just maybe get this top turret because Trundle is dead. And if I recall and try to use it mid lane or bot lane, it's gonna just take so much time. And it's not necessarily going to be as effective as using a top lane where no one is defending the turret. So snowballing my top laner even more. And also myself, because I'm getting golds from us getting the turret too. He's putting a lot of pressure topside. I think it's not correct of him to push as aggressively as he is because we don't have vision. Like, look at the map. We don't see anyone. So they're on dragon, probably. Dragon is up, yeah. So they're on dragon and they took dragon. And, but they might have rotated top and then he would have died for nothing. Okay, we need to back off here. Especially with Tom using his W to like teleport. But all in all, we have a lot of map control. We have some deep vision in their topside jungle. So all in all, it's looking pretty good. Maybe I can make a play here. Nice, very nice. And that's another really effective way of using Elise's cocoon is to E-flash. It's so hard to react to, especially when someone is walking in a straight line, when their pathing is really obvious, and then you can just quickly close the distance and then E first to start the animation. They have no time to react. Nice. Just chaining plays together. You always want to look to do more, you know? Like you get one play and then can I make a second play? Can I make a third play? Can I do something more? And then if you, based on certain factors, like for example, right now I recalled because I was really low health and had no mana. And also no wards. So basically I don't have any tools to really make any plays, so it doesn't make any sense to say. So you need to recognize when you go back, like when you back off, and when you should be aggressive and look for plays. Basically if you have health and you have strength, and when I say strength I mean basically that you are strong, that you have items, that's, and a sweeper too, that's, and pinks, when you have all the necessary tools at your disposal, that's when you want to be aggressive. So you have full health, full mana, or a lot of health, a lot of mana, and wards, sweeper, pinks, that's when you want to be aggressive and look for plays. Maybe we can get Trundle here. Malzahar has ultimate up. Storm Surge proccing at the end there for extra damage. In short, Storm Surge's passive is that when you deal a lot of damage quickly, you deal even more damage later. And when I say later, I just mean there's a delayed effect where I think it's like 2 or 3 seconds after you deal a lot of damage quickly that Storm Surge procs, and then it deals some extra damage on top of that. So that's perfect for Elise's burst style of play. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Sion is full HP, is tanky, but he is alone. So that's what I'm thinking, like, maybe we can do something, but yeah, Malzahar is pinging me off, so maybe we should just chill. We don't need to really commit to this. Yeah, sometimes it can be a bit hard to really make that decision, that call, like someone is out of position, but then you're like, you know, maybe we can make something happen, but it is a bit risky, so then should you do it or should you not? So in this situation, we are not committing to that play. And so it's good that Malzahar pinged me back, because sometimes I get a bit too much in that mindset of I need to just do more and more and more and more. I need to find the next play and the next play. I need to continuously secure kills for my team, for example. And sometimes I can try too hard, and that can be my downfall. Maybe your downfall too in your games, when you try too hard, because that's when you make mistakes and you kind of make the wrong call, or you do make the wrong call. And in the enemy team, they get an advantage. Dragon up in 55. Need to prep for that. Could also push. Yeah, just want to push this in quickly and then just make sure that the wave crashes. Maybe we can even get this ball turret quickly. Nasus keeps dying. So he's throwing the lead that I gave him, basically. I mean, would you just die for nothing? If he dies and he times his pressure with the rest of the team doing stuff, why is MF doing this? Guess she got out at least, but anyway. If you time splitting with your team moving around the map and getting objectives, that makes sense. That's smart. That's effective play. But when you're just dying for nothing and then relieving pressure, because as you can see, Trundle now, we don't have anyone to deal with Trundle because Dragon is going to come up and we need to deal with that. And then there's the mid wave, so like I have to take that or someone has to take it. So it just creates all this chaos just because Nasus died. So if you're going to split, then you really should do it. You need to time it. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Flashback at 27:10. Okay, and then we can transition immediately to Baron. Yeah, that makes sense. We get a few picks and then we get Baron. No hesitation. Important not to waste time. It's so important to not waste time. And when you climb ELO, as you're getting higher and higher, that's something you'll notice is that people hesitate less. When you make a call, if you ping or someone else pings, like let's go for this objective, even if it is slightly risky maybe, we need to watch out for jinxes are. Even if it is slightly risky, people will generally commit much more quickly than in lower elos. In lower elos, people just often, they just kind of run around the map with no direction, it seems. Like it's kind of aimless. Like they're just kind of just doing the default stuff, which is farming. Or they do what this Nasus is doing, because you see this in high elo too, which is just mindless play, or like no thinking, just like I'm Nasus, I'm just gonna go into their jungle. I don't even know what he's thinking there. It's so bad. And then he just dies for nothing, gives them an advantage, or gives them gold back, and relieves pressure. It's so bad. It's so bad. So we have Baron, and we need to make use of this Baron by pushing lanes. We should at least push 2 lanes with Baron. As Elise, I mean, I'm just looking to maybe catch someone out, like especially Brand. And then Trundle, I mean, so Nasus, I mean, he keeps dying. Trundle's getting so much top, and he's getting stronger too. So this is, I mean, we are obviously winning, no doubt about that, but it's a bit scary what's happening. That he's getting these turrets, he's getting stronger, getting more gold for his team. And Nasus keeps dying too, which is also kind of scary. And as Elise, because I am an assassin, I mean, I'm not really good at tanks, like dealing with tanks. I want to go for the squishy targets. I want to go for Jinx and Brand and maybe Trundle because he's an off tank. I mean, he's literally 012, I think. Nice. And that's the insane thing. I mean, look at that. I think his score was 012. And it's still like not an easy game to win. Like we are winning, absolutely, no question. But is it like a completely dominant win despite that? Despite me being so strong, I'm 6-0-10, and he's like 0-12. That my Nasus is feeding. My MF is just like not really playing with the team, just kind of doing her own thing and just not really being very useful. So it's still actually a hard game to win. And I don't even know if we can win. I mean, we are in a very good position to win, but whether we actually will win, Yeah, that's a different matter. Dragon up in 110. So bot is pushed right now, but they're pushing it back, so we need to push that back again, just to make sure that it's not pushing into our turret before dragon. So we want to push bot, and top is already pushed, so that's good. Nasus could go top, or he can come join us. So he can continue to split, or he can come join us for dragon. We'll see what he does. Okay, so he's pinging mid, so he's gonna go mid and then rotate to dragon. Everyone has their ultimates up. And full health, full mana. Okay, Ambessa is committing, so I'm gonna commit too. I can't walk into Jinx traps, I need to wait for them to expire. I have flash. Okay, she flashed. Back at 31:45. Malzahar is dealing with Trundle. Okay, nice, he got the kill. Maybe I can make a play here. They don't see me. Nice. That's exactly what you want to do, is at least play around vision, and then from vision, you land a cocoon. Okay, I don't know what this brand is thinking. Going for that play, and then Malzahar walking up to him like that was really bad, taking a ton of damage. Yeah, I want to get this turret, but need to be careful. Okay, my spiderlings protect me from Talm's Q. Okay, maybe I can recall in the brush here on the side. Okay, okay. Oh, it is what it is. I tried. Okay, so that's my first death, and then Baron up in 50 seconds. Building Ludens for more damage. Kind of a budget build, not going for the super expensive Shadow Flame, which is 3,200 I think, and Ludens is 2,750 I think, so big difference in the price. So that's why I'm going for Ludens. It's cheaper. It gives me a power spike sooner. And as support Elise, I'm not looking to be like a one-shot like cannon. I'm not looking to one-shot anyone. I'm looking to just deal really good damage and always be a threat, but not necessarily have the damage to just kill someone outright. I'm always looking for angles, playing around vision, playing smart, rotating around the map, things like that, not just one-shotting people. Okay, let's go for Baron, guys. Come on. I mean, MF, I don't know what she's doing. She's split pushing MF ADC. Maybe it's a new strategy. But when you have people like that, like this MF, I mean, okay, so she even got a kill, nice. I mean, what we're doing is really good, which is we're using her bad play to our advantage. So she makes a horrible play and splits and dies. I mean, she got a kill, but that's just luck, let's be honest. Okay, well, no, we should, okay, they're committing. We should just back off. Okay, nice. Okay, so it worked out. But yeah, I think we should have just backed off there, honestly. But whatever. But back to what I was saying is that you wanna just, if you can, if someone on your team is just feeding or just making horrible plays, maybe you can still try to kind of turn it to your advantage and get something done. Like we just did. So we used her as a distraction to get Baron. Okay, but this play, trying to end right now, I don't think it's gonna work. I think it's, I mean, Tommy's coming up. This is risky. Yeah, this is bad. My gosh, that's so close. 27 health. Okay, and then she gave up on me. Okay, good for me. Yeah, that was a horrible call by my team to go for, like, to try to end the game right there. But I would say that, generally speaking, if your teammates, if your team is making a bad call, you should probably go with that call. If you go against it, they might just go into a 4v5 or whatever and just die, and that could be game. But if you join, even if it is a bad call, if you join them, maybe you can turn it around. So generally speaking, I recommend going with a bad call over going for a correct call that no one is going for. Nice. Very nice. Okay, my teammates are committing to going mid, so again, same thing happening. So they are committing to a call I don't think is very good. I think we should be pushing bot and top, but they are committing to this, so then I'm gonna commit. I don't have flash, I don't have Sonias, and this Nasus is dying for nothing. Okay. Okay, Dragon is up in 47 seconds, so we need to... And just so you know, I started this render vote right now, but I'm not actually... It's just to let out some steam, to just kind of express my frustration a bit, because it's just so frustrating to carry the way that I am carrying right now, and then my teammates are just kind of throwing everything I'm doing away. So I don't actually want to surrender right now, I'm just, it's frustrating. So I'm just, and I can tell you from experience that 98% of the time, when I start a vote like that, if not more, maybe even more, like 99% of the time, people always vote no, so I know they're going to vote no. Nasus is up in 10 seconds. It's a kind of a mental trick to just kind of relieve some frustration, kind of express that without actually being toxic and typing or spam pinging or anything, especially typing. Okay, let's focus up. I need to be super careful. I'm squishy. I don't want to use all my stuff on a super tanky Scion, unless if I can help it. Using my W. Maybe we can get the Scion. I mean, he's low. He flashes. Trundle is top. That has to be addressed. I have flash and Sonias, so maybe I can make a play. Yeah, this Malzahar, I mean, Malzahar is a good wave clear, so he can just clear waves. Trundle will not be able to end. And Ambissa is low. She's recalling, but maybe she has TP, so she's gonna TP in. But we shouldn't try to end like this. Okay. Okay, this is bad. Yeah, really, really bad. Yeah, we need to get this Trundle now. Okay, so 1 for 1. Baron is up in 140. We could try to make a play here. I have flash. Tom saw me. Ambessa is not with us. We need Ambessa to come with us before we commit to anything. Okay, Nasus is going all in. Okay, you gotta kill nice. Okay, I need to help. Nice. Okay, this is good. So we got 2 of them. Malzahar is up in 10 seconds. Okay, he has TP. He can TP in, but I don't think we should try to end here. I don't think that's the right call. I mean, Baron's up in 55 seconds, but my teammates are pinging. So again, you have to just commit. I'm gonna commit now because my teammates they're going for this. So let's commit. I'm low, but I have Sonias and flash. Wasting their time. GG.